What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Emporium's review of the new HBO documentary, Revolution Rent. This is directed by Victor Patrick Alvarez. If you like what you see on this channel, awesome. Hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming in next. If you like any of these videos, awesome. Hit that like button as well as comment below any video to watch, including this one. So in 1996, a gentleman by the name of Jonathan Larson created a musical that became not only successful, but became truly inspiring for a lot of people, including Lin-Manuel Miranda, became very influential, and actually is considered one of the great musicals of all time. It was based off a play from La Boheme, and unfortunately, Jonathan Larson passed away the night before it was supposed to open. But it was also, as we know, called Rent, and Rent won Best Musical. It won all the awards that you can imagine. But the one thing about Rent that makes it so magical is it was willing to broach hard subject matters like HIV in the 90s, dealing with individuals who may not know what they live for the next day. And as the main slogan goes, no day but today, which is one of those slogans that I really love and kind of keep in my mind, because you never know what's going to happen, so you live for today instead of living for tomorrow. And so with that said, the Rent musical was the basis for this documentary, where we have an individual named Andy Señor who actually played Angel in the Rent Broadway musical. And in essence, what this documentary is doing and what it's saying is it's allowing this individual to bring something to a country that is Cuba that was not open at the time, right before this documentary was filmed. To allow a Broadway musical to not only be from another country, but to have hard broaching subjects like homosexuality and AIDS and so on and so forth. So they were very against that stuff. But with the kind of death of Fidel Castro and the democratic relationship between the United States and, of course, Cuba, that made it more democratic and stuff like that, it allowed an individual to not only open the eyes of a different country, but allowed him to tweak the musical itself to be more of their culture and stuff like that. It allowed him to bring it into a Spanish nature of language. And he actually not only took the very popular musical, but he took it and made it very, very successful in Cuba. It was one of the most successful things in Cuba. It sold out every show. It gained worldwide attention and allowed him to not only live his lifelong dream of bringing this musical that he truly loved to a different place, but open the eyes of different other countries, where he was actually asked to do Rent versions in Japan, do Rent version in China. And it's that type of documentary. It shows how hard it was for him to put on the musical, how difficult a country like that is to kind of break through, and how much of an impact he had doing a musical, and how kind of important, how kind of meaningful, how a familiar nature the Rent musical is, and how it doesn't matter what culture it is, the people involved with the musical, the people that sing the songs, that put on the show, that direct it, and so on and so forth, they become a family. And that's what the musical has always been about, not only with the HIV and stuff like that, but it's always been about family and living life in the moment and not tomorrow and stuff like that. So with that said, it's a very impassioned, very heartfelt nature of a documentary that's only 88 minutes long. It's not very long at all, but it gives us just enough. It gives us enough in-depth quality of content that we really feel like we go on a journey with not only Andy Señor, but the people that are involved with the films themselves, or involved with the show. We see like their home life, which is not a very good not a very good home life, but it is their home. We see the Andy Señor's mom, who hasn't been to Cuba since when they defected, and of course when the whole big defection thing was going on between the Cubans and Fidel Castro. And we get to see her journey back to Cuba after so many years, and how much that really meant to her and stuff like that. So it not only opens up the fact that they brought this famous musical to another country, but it opens up the fact that a country put in the right hands, and the country put in the right respects, will bring about people that can come back and visit and just reminisce about something that they truly love, that they haven't seen in forever. So I really feel that what Andy Señor did and what this documentary does is it not only gives us a really cool look into another version of Rent, but it gives us a look into what it takes for somebody to be as the title of the movie is, Revolution, and it's just it's a really powerful documentary in that respect. So I really enjoyed it. I really could use more out of it, because I think 2.5 hour documentary based on this concept and this idea and so on and so forth could have been a lot of fun. But what we're given, what we're introduced to, Andy Señor himself and the cast and crew and the real life people and what they have to go through and the look and feel of Cuba itself, it really does come down to a really interesting, really kind of thought-provoking, but really kind of powerful documentary in a lot of respects. So I really did enjoy it. I think it's really entertaining. I wish I could have gotten more footage out of it, but for what it's worth, it's something that I definitely recommend. And if you like Rent, if you love Rent, if you have any aspects of ever listening to Rent, I think you'll get some enjoyment out of that too. So, but that's it. That's gonna be my take on Revolution Rent. Thank you so much for watching. In the comments below, what is your overall take of Rent itself? What did you think of the musical? If you've listened to it or seen it on Broadway or one of the many touring shows that's been around the country, let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome, hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.